Miles Tails Prower, lovable hero and insufferable sidekick to Sonic the Hedgehog. Or so the story goes. But all tales have two sides. Tonight on Friday Night Funkin' Secret Histories, we unravel the twisted tale of innocent infatuation turned deadly obsession. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, please leave a like and subscribe. The first thing to typically grab your attention is how something looks. For a simplistic design, Tails is quite detailed. The shading on his body and the finer details of his movement give him depth. His idol naturally loops and ignores the song's BPM, and his poses are very expressive of his character. Knuckles gets the same treatment. His poses feature indications of his shaking, although his expressions have less to them since he is, you know. Sonic has the looks and the expressions, great ones at that, but not the naturally looping idol. The backgrounds have a fair amount of detail and recreate the scenes they are based on quite well. Having said all that, they are also exercising creative liberty. Tails' depiction in Secret Histories shows that he is short and a little wide, whereas in the mod, he is lanky. I find this appearance makes him more intimidating, and I like how it differs from his original design. I want to note that Tails' depiction in There's Something About Amy Part 3 feels like a middle ground between the mod and the original video. I cannot say that this is anything more than a coincidence. The pill bottles on the crate and the nightstand in Knuckles' room are not seen in the video, but they add to the atmosphere and have potential relevance to the characters. Sonic and Knuckles are not in grayscale, which is a contrast with the environment. It would have been better for it all to be grayscale, but I think it is fine with the color. One other thing is the unique game over animation for the microphone detonating, and the explosion is styled after the explosions in the original video. The detailed art and animation leave a very strong impression. Your eyes can tell you a lot, but so can your ears. This mod has an impressive soundtrack, and the songs tell the story of Tails' secret history. Best Friends is the happy beginning with its more upbeat rhythm. Red Flag is where something begins to feel off, adding a feeling of caution to the upbeat groove. Deadly Obsession is where it becomes apparent that Tails' passion is becoming exactly that, shifting into an intense tune with a dark feeling. Dark Secrets pushes the caution and dark feeling while still having its fair share of intensity. Lastly, Confrontation is what it sounds like, a tune for confronting the threat head-on as Tails continues to become more unhinged. Sirens are blaring as Tails lays heavy into the note spam, and the music also confronts Sonic's dreadful memory of Knuckles' death. The menu theme gives the feeling of an investigation alongside an upbeat rhythm. The pause theme feels like sitting around a table for an investigation, and the game over theme turns it into a feeling of failure. The voices are great, even Knuckles' voice. Coming up with a voice for a character whose face got blown apart sounds tough, so what they came up with is impressive given how good it sounds. In every song, Tails says one of his voice lines from the original video. You are Sonic! He also makes a sound in Best Friends that warrants the use of quads, which is quite rare yet such an intriguing sight. My only issues come from Confrontation. The soundtrack is incredibly well made. This mod has a body and a voice, but what about its muscles? The charting for these songs is pretty good, even in the deep end of its note spam. There are a few charting errors, and there is also the occasional use of mini jacks. The only songs that truly use them are the songs with the lowest BPMs, Confrontation and Deadly Obsession. Dark Secrets could be seen as having mini jacks because its BPM is so high, but by the structure of its chart, it does not. There is nothing wrong with having them, but some of them would be better off removed. The difficulty curve across the songs is fairly balanced, but the curve is a bit steep, and that is the only one it offers. Now, there is one last surprise that soon becomes a pain. Tails has planted an explosive in Boyfriend's microphone. When you see the red flash or hear the microphone beep, you have a small window of time before it explodes. This dodge mechanic is unique in two specific ways. Instead of hitting the spacebar at a set time, you simply have to press it before the timer ends. The timer is also rhythm-based, meaning that the BPM determines how much time you have. This appears in Red Flag, Deadly Obsession, and Dark Secrets, and these are the timers for each one. Red Flag uses it sparingly as an introduction, Deadly Obsession likes to use it during some of its harder sections, and Dark Secrets begins to abuse it. Another thing is that there was supposed to be a pop-up visual in Red Flag that told you to press the spacebar, but it doesn't work. The last thing I will mention is that Confrontation has a black flash used for switching out characters, but this happens more times than it needs to and becomes a visual distraction where it is not even needed. The gameplay is enjoyable for those that can manage it. Let us now look at the writing that holds this body together. The entire mod is filled with references and inspiration based on the original video, from Tails' poses to his health bar icon. The situation is taken from the video when Amy shows Sonic that Tails is the culprit behind the deaths of Sonic's friends. For the mod, Boyfriend finds that Tails has his microphone and instigates a rap battle, unaware of, or not caring about, the danger ahead of him. Every song is between Tails and Boyfriend except for the last one, which is very fitting. The main menu is an investigation board that can only be controlled with the mouse, making it feel like you are a part of it. The use of black silhouettes with glowing eyes gives a lot more mystery and hostility to the figures, and the overall use of dark shading gives more mystery to the mod as a whole. The writing is well crafted and builds a great atmosphere. That is everything that there is to discuss. Here is a recap of my scores for the mod. Secret Histories put a lot of focus on recreating the feel of the original video, making for an immersive experience. Its use of unique interpretations make it all the more intriguing, and Deadly Obsession will stick with me as one of my favorite FNF songs. Feel free to share your thoughts on the mod in the comments below. Until next time.